Hello there and good afternoon. Now that we're hearing that the leader of the Tory party, Euroscepetic European Research Group, or ERG, Jacob Rees-Mogg, is softening his stance on the Irish backstop, it's becoming more and more clear we can trust no one in Westminster to battle for a true Brexit, let alone deliver one. According to the FT, when talking about the Irish backstop, Mr Rees-Mogg said, "I think you can add an appendix without reopening the text. You'd be adding something on at the end, but it's still part of the text." And my reply would be, then why not just amend the text in the Withdrawal Agreement? The fact that is not happening tells us that the Eurocrats are desperate to keep that backstop protocol unchanged for the reason that it is completely in their favour. So anyone softening their view on this is giving in to the EU. In fact, it's really no different a view to those who have been supporting May's deal all along, because an addendum, annex or codicil or whatever you want to call it will be worthless. And further, its effect will only ever be tested in a court of law, and the only time that would be likely to happen would be after it was triggered in 2 or 3 years' time. Lawyers' opinions today will mean diddly squat to those judges looking at it far in the future, especially as all the prime ministers and presidents and Eurocrats and civil servants either involved in setting it up or ratifying it will probably be long gone. No, all that will be left is what is written in black and white in the Irish Backstop Protocol in the legally binding Withdrawal Agreement. But as so many people know, including those MPs that voted her deal down by a majority of 230 votes last month, the backstop is not the only drawback for the UK in the PM's proposals. There are also the military, security and foreign policy angles too. The campaign group Veterans for Britain has a huge amount of information on this, and a piece written for them by Colonel Richard Kemp and Dr Lee Rotherham called Brexit's Troubled Flank spells it out. I've left a link to it in the descriptions box below. And Bob Stewart, the MP for Beckenham and a former Lieutenant Colonel in the British Army, has grave concerns over the impact on NATO of the new EU military setup. In an article on his website he writes, "In its push for greater political, social and economic union towards its aim of a United States of Europe, Brussels sees an army as being an essential accessory. Something, he says, he will utterly resist." So why would any MP vote for Theresa May's withdrawal agreement? They should reject it out of hand. And delaying Brexit will solve nothing. It would just provide the fuel for division and more uncertainty, both political and economic. It is so obvious that we will never do a deal with the EU that gives the UK full independence and sovereign control over its own affairs while we are still in its thrall, whether by still being a member or by signing up to Theresa May's deal. And it is equally obvious that delaying Brexit is worse than pointless. It is dangerous on many fronts. Far better to take the country out of the EU on a no-deal Brexit, or more accurately a WTO Brexit, at the planned 11 p.m. on the 29th of March 2019. It is well past the time for our politicians to grasp the opportunity and ditch May's deal and welcome WTO. Anyway, what do you think? Please leave a comment below and thank you for watching.